There is currently breaking news, and the news is that it's breaking. Okay? If what happens, there's a lot, what's going on in the world, it's breaking news. So pay attention to the news.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As I stated at the beginning of my video yesterday, I've been a little bit under the weather, so what I tried to do, figuring I'd be a little bit ingenious here, I recorded 2 videos at once, trying to get myself a day off today, which by the time you guys will actually see this video, that would be your yesterday. So with being a little bit under the weather, I've not been the sharpest knife in the drawer. So with my ingenious idea of recording 2 videos at once, what did I go and do? I was short 1 full segment. So what does that mean I had to do? That means I had to put on the same t-shirt I wore yesterday, the same hat, the same set of headphones, all to give you guys the mystical illusion like it's all recorded on the same day. Let's get into it, guys.
The way Trump is talking about potentially bombing Iran is insane. He's like, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I gotta see how I'm feeling. It's like, that's not how you talk about going to war. That's how you talk about going to your coworker's birthday that requires 2 subway transfers. Like, whatever happened to we're monitoring the situation closely? I would kill for we're monitoring the situation closely. Instead, we got this leader who seems to be using a magic 8-ball to decide if we're gonna get to see a new and exciting reboot of ISIS over the next decade. Like, you started this problem. We had a perfectly good treaty in place that you tore up on day 1. It reminds me of like when millennials buy an old home and the first thing they do is tear up like beautiful hardwood floor. It's like, don't do that. Why are you doing that if you don't know what you're going to replace it with? It's like, oh, you're going to replace it with ugly ass gray floor. It's like that's something we should be bombing.
This is insane. This is horrifying. Why is the world not in full panic mode? I am fucking freaking out. I am scared. I am scared. I am scared. People should be scared. This is not okay. This is not okay. We should not be living in a world like this. This administration has got to go, and we have to fucking do something about it. I am fucking scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. This is so crazy. This has gotten out of control. This administration is actually insane, and we have to fucking do something about it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do, but we have to do something about it, and I'm scared. I'm scared.
Hey, look, G. I told you from the beginning it can get like this. Diamond on my neck and I couldn't collect. On my mother I came up, put it in line. Y'all got the key to success. Rich, she, just by the truck. Big pole out here. Whole crew, much spend work, got this shit done quick.
I really fucking hate Donald Trump. I mean, I just fucking hate him. I really fucking hate him. Oh my god, I just fucking hate the guy.
Good morning, Ginger GM here with your daily reminder to drink water, and this is just a reminder that Trump is too inept to pull off what he's trying to do. People are standing up all over the world, and I could not be more proud. So be kind to yourself. There is hope. I promise.
I can't wait for everyone to realize that men shouldn't be running the world. Like, I just think that shouldn't have ever happened, like, since the beginning of time. Like, clearly, men being in charge and being in positions of power never really has worked out. Clearly, because here we are today. Like, and the reason why is because when men are in positions of power, like when they're in charge, what they do is usually out of ego. So, like, if their ego is bruised in any way, if they feel like their ego is being, tested, then that's when they start doing crazy shit. They start doing dumb shit. And that's why the world is the way that it is, because literally men in power do things out of ego. They don't do things out of emotional intelligence or anything like that. And that's why women should be running the world.
At first, I was actually able to even kind of see where this guy was coming from. But it has nothing to do with men being empowered. It has nothing to do with women being empowered. It even says it straight in the Bible, right? Like, man is not meant to govern man. But even rolling that back, because he's siding with that women should be empowered, women should be running the country, and men should not because their egos get in the way. So, I mean, it's not the first time that I've seen a clip like this where, people are like, hey, women should be running everything. Everything would be so peaceful and great if women were running the show. Women that can run the show are far and few in between. There's not many of them that can really do the job. And it's not that they can't handle it, it's because what he said at the end, where he was talking about, you know what, the problem is with men is they don't have emotional intelligence. Those 2 words can't go together. As soon as your emotions are involved, your intelligence is gone. In order to run any country, in order to run anything, even if it's a business, you have to detach the emotion. As soon as you let your emotions get involved, you're screwed. It's over. You have to have calculative thinking without emotions being involved. Now, a pure example of that, let's go back to something I never speak about on this channel, October 7th, 2023. After that situation happened, and if you can remember, Nikki Haley was still in the presidential race. Do any of you remember Nikki Haley's instantaneous reaction? Now, don't get me wrong, she never had a shot in the dark of becoming president anyways, but could you imagine if she ever did get a chance to be president? With the way that she reacted that day, her instant reaction was, we need to bomb Iran. We need to nuke Iran. All based on emotions and assumptions. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Iran's innocence in any of this war, in any of this conflict between them and Israel whatsoever, but it was how she assumed instantaneously, without even having a single fact to back it up, she would have authorized hitting the red button that day if she was in charge of the country. I've said it before and I'll say it again, and I know a few of you do not agree with me on this, but the only woman I would feel comfortable with running the United States of America, believe it or not, is Tulsi Gabbard. She's built differently. She uses her brains, not her emotions. These are one of the few reasons as to why people need to understand why the Trump administration had banned the LGBTQ community from serving in the military. Emotions can't be involved. You have to think like a heartless machine. If a woman was running the country, again, as I said, very far and few in between, if a woman was running the United States of America, you'd all be screwed.
I think it's funny that MAGAs like to come into my comments, possibly yours too, and say, I knew you were a liberal before you even opened your mouth. Like it's an insult. Thank you. Thank you. I never wanted to look conservative like a MAGA. Thank you for letting me know that I'm not MAGA passing. Have a great day.
I swear to fucking God, the same people that like bitch about Pride Month and they're like, oh, Pride Month? What about Straight Month? Are they like the same fucking little pathetic little white men that bitch about the men loneliness and epidemic? Shut the fuck up and go see a therapist or just start kissing each other, because what the fuck?
Okay, but serious question. When are we storming detention centers? When are we showing up in numbers like yesterday to prevent the kidnappers from kidnapping any more people?
Hey, Ron, you really want to stick it to America? You don't have to bomb. Don't bomb. Don't kill nobody. Go into the IRS, the Treasury Department. Give every black person, not African, black, not immigrant, black. Give them reparations, $1 million each. Then credit, make every black $850. Then what you do is this: go to the student loans, wipe everybody's shit, black, white, I don't care, except those that voted for him, right? Then, right, just do anything to benefit black people, not immigrants, black. You'll fuck America up. I swear to God, that'll fuck them up worse than anything.
I be putting that shit on and don't even post a picture. Y'all be putting that shit on just to post a picture. That's the difference between me and y'all. Clock that T. I do this shit for likes. I do this shit for real. I promise you. Bitch, I'm not playing. I pinky. What?
I'm currently driving home from the No Kings protest today in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it was absolutely amazing. The protest was actually totally peaceful until a MAGA showed up with a big red pro-Trump flag and a military gun strapped to his pants and shoved a woman. But anyways, I would just like to make something abundantly clear for the Trump supporters. I know that Trump is trying to take away our freedom to speak, and you guys are all for it because y'all are just annoyed about us, going out and protesting all the time. But I just want to warn you guys that if he takes away that right from us, he's not just taking it away from the liberals. He's taking it away from the people. We the people means all of us, me and you. y'all seem to have this mindset like Trump is going to be president forever now, and I do want to tell you guys that we are going to have another liberal president at some point. So anyways, when that time comes, and y'all are mad because things really aren't going your way, and you don't have the ability to speak, who are you going to blame? Because we all know how y'all feel about taking accountability.
I would love for anybody to give me an example as to how Trump is trying to hinder your free speech rather than restore it. Because the truth is, under the Biden administration, you liberals didn't feel it because you were going with that narrative. That was all part of your guys' agenda. We couldn't talk on our side in the United States and in Canada at the same time. If you were on the right, you pretty much all had to keep your mouth shut. If you had a social media platform, if you were even successful and you were a big name, but you opened up your mouth in the wrong way and spoke the truth, you got canceled. Yet, your liberal social media influencers were just able to get up and propagandize the shit out of their audience without a problem, and even their views would get boosted. The algorithms on most of these social media platforms at the time during the Biden administration was actually trained to favor the lefties. So you liberals actually want to sit there and talk about hindering free speech, that Trump was trying to take away your free speech. Trump has done nothing more than actually strengthen your constitution. Several conservatives during the Biden administration had their constitutional rights violated. You guys always want to bring up January 6th. Do you have any idea how many of them were locked up with no due process? You know, you guys love to talk about your due process. You had an old woman that was jailed because of protesting, which you guys like to do, protesting, freedom of speech, right? She was in front of an abortion clinic protesting and got jailed. An old woman. Did one of you sick leftists, even one of you guys, even say, hey, maybe there's something wrong with that? She shouldn't be in jail? Not one of you guys spoke up. But hey, try and deport an MS-13 gang member and shit's gonna hit the fan with you guys. A lot of you on the left somehow just overnight became constitutional specialists as soon as you all started to pretend to yourselves and to each other that all of your constitutional rights are being violated, that Trump was all of a sudden a fascist, that all of a sudden you guys were living under a dictatorship, that all of a sudden the United States citizens are being oppressed. The truth is, all of you liberals are literally just cosplaying in some weird, dark, twisted reality version of your Handmaid's Tale. But none of this is going on. Trump is not trying to take away your free speech rights. He's not trying to violate your constitutional rights in any way. And then for those of you that want to bring up, what about the migrants that he's been deporting without their due process? When your founding fathers wrote the Constitution, they did not mean it. You guys are trying to go on a technicality of words when it was talking about anybody who's on American soil. Your founding fathers obviously, and I think you all know this too in the back of your heads, they obviously meant American citizens. Do you think any other country in the world that you would go visit that all of a sudden when you land there and you get off the plane that all of a sudden you have protections from their constitutional rights over there? No. But now you guys want to act like you're the true American patriots. People on the right don't have the right to even go out on July 4th because none of you want to see them out there. I better not see you out there on July 4th. I better not see you eating hot dogs. I better not see you with an American shirt on. None of you at all have the right to say that to anybody. If anybody needs to earn back the trust of their neighboring citizens, it's you guys.
Just come here the right way. Just do it the legal way like my grandparents did. Babe, 36% of you can pass the citizenship test. The passing grade is a 60. I don't know why your history teachers did not teach you this shit in high school, but that is the bare minimum. You have to pay. You have to have been living here for 10 years. If you are a white person in America, you are occupying stolen land. This is not your land to tell somebody else that they can't be in.
This administration is fucking disgusting. You guys are so devoid of any empathy or just humanity for anybody that doesn't think or look or love exactly like you. Fuck you.
Last night, I agreed with Tucker Carlson, and then this afternoon, I agreed with Candace Owens. I don't know what timeline this is. Friends, I messed up because I made a TikTok saying that I agree with Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, when really what I should have said was that they now agree with me. They've changed their views. They came to my side, but the algorithm did not understand that, and now I'm getting pro-Trump stuff, and this is not where I want to be in TikTok. Help me, please.
Hey everybody, Ginger GM here with a two for today. This should go without saying, but there's no one is illegal on stolen land. That should go without. It blows my mind.
I will take one for the team, and if ICE comes around me, I will protect everyone around me. I will run out. They can grab me. I know it's confusing. I'm white, but I'm not American. I'm a lesbian. So, try to deport me.
So by now you've likely heard about the assassination of one of our Minnesota State House representatives. In fact, the House leader, Melissa Hortman, she was assassinated, as well as her husband. They were both shot and killed by a guy pretending to be a cop. He also made an assassination attempt on one of our state house senators and his wife, and it looks like, though, that they will thankfully pull through, is what it looks like. This one certainly hits close to home for me, as Melissa represented a portion of the North Metro suburban area of Minneapolis, not far from where I've lived for the last 25 years. Not only that, it looks like she went to the same high school that my son graduated from. I mean, 30 years apart, but the same high school. So yeah, very disturbing, maddening day. What I don't want to hear, if you are a Republican, if you still to this day associate as a Republican in this modern day fascist regime that this Republican Party has become, I don't want to hear your condolences to the families and we don't condone violence. Yes, you do. This is who you are. This is who you've become. This is who you've aligned yourselves with. This is you. If you still associate yourself with the modern day Republican Party and MAGA and Trump, you are just as culpable as that assassin. You may as well have pulled the trigger yourself. This is on you. This is your fault. Your fault.
This guy here, Mikey Piv, he is pretty much, well, a TDS-filled moron. He left the United States out of his fear of Trump. Complete TDS made him leave the country. He picked up with his wife and they moved to Portugal. Shortly before moving to Portugal, and even shortly after once he got there, he stayed off of TikTok for a little while. And then when he got back on, he was just giving updates to his followers on TikTok about what life is like in Portugal. He wasn't speaking about America. If he did, it was just a little bit here and there. That's one of the reasons why I stopped using his clips on the channel, because he wasn't really putting any drama out there for us to take a look at. So today I decided to randomly take a peek at his page to see what he's been up to. And now, yeah, he's back to doing his shit talking about Trump and whatnot. And he's not the only one. This situation with Melissa Hortman and her husband, I've seen a few leftists now that want to point the finger at Donald Trump. Somehow it's his fault. I've been getting very mixed stories about the assassin's political alignment. I'm hearing that, oh, he was a hardcore Republican, a true MAGA, a true Trump lover, but then I'm hearing that he and his wife, he or his wife, worked for Tim Walz, or Tim Walz's wife. He was affiliated with them somehow. He's got some very strange and odd business dealings out in Africa. There's something very strange and mysterious about this guy, so I'm not going to say whether he's left or right. However, all those libtards on the left certainly want to paint him as if he's MAGA. But to Mikey Piv here, you, sir, are a complete blithering idiot. You are severely infected with a hardcore case of Trump derangement syndrome. Not only do you want to state that Republicans, people on the right, have no business offering any condolences to the family members of these individuals, and stating our words on the right are empty when we say that we do not condone violence, we do not condone violence. You, sir, are from the party of violence. I know you're all the way out there in Portugal. Perhaps you don't really get, I don't know, great internet out there. Perhaps you don't really get great American channels for news, but if you haven't seen what's taken place out here in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, your party's truly put on a display of violence. And your party, leftist, Democrats, libtards, doesn't really matter what you are, time and time and time again, have displayed violence. Yours is the party of division. Yours is the party of dishonesty. Yours is the party of greed. Yours is the party of racism. Nothing more than a party of crooks that tells lie after lie after lie to pander to voters. Yet you all want to sit there and lie directly to us, like as if we don't know any better, that our side is what creates the violence, that our side is dishonest, that our side is nothing more than a bunch of uneducated conspiracy theorists. And the fact that you want to state that anybody that voted for Trump and anybody that supports Trump is just as culpable as the assassin and may as well have pulled the trigger themselves. Need I remind you, you were also the party of open borders that led in a whole bunch of violent criminals that committed very heinous crimes in the United States that took away the lives of several individuals. And none of you woketards, not a single one of you, will actually stand up, take responsibility, and own it. What's very important here is all of you liberals need to understand. Nobody on the right believes anything that you guys say. I'm surprised that you guys still believe each other. The fact that you all want to sit there and talk about how great of a president Joe Biden was, when he was easily one of the worst presidents, or probably the worst president in American history. You all want to sit there and talk about his booming economy and that he couldn't close the border because Trump wouldn't let him. Who was the president? Are you all sitting there saying that even during Biden's presidency, Trump still actually held more power than he did? Because hell, it didn't really take Trump very long once he was in the Oval Office to take care of the border, now did it? Which should prove to each and every one of you out there that Joe Biden was full of it. He was lying to all of you the whole time. Yet, even with that proof, I mean, it's there. You cannot deny it. Trump proved it to you that Joe Biden was a liar when it came to the border. Yet you all still support him and you all still stand up against Trump. All of you on the left have no clue just how fortunate you are. The people on the right, they can see it. They know exactly how fortunate they are. You're all watching and witnessing it firsthand. You're not even aware of it. But right now, you have what's going to go down in history as probably the greatest president of all time. But in all honesty, it's actually kind of sad because the truth is you are all a little bit too blind and dumb to actually even realize that. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys like this type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you are new. If not, if you can like the video, share the video, comment, interact with it, press a button or something, it'll be greatly appreciated. Until then, I shall see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.
We were walking down an aisle, and there were like two guys that walked up next to us. You know, Peyton like walked away, my wife walked away for just a second, and they were like snickering to their to themselves or something, and like I didn't really think much of it, so I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want. And he walks by and gets like inches from me and just rips one, like farts like this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this, but he did. And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset and I follow after him. And I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me.
Called you an idiot.
Come here. And he never felt so dehumanized.
Not only did he fart on her, when she confronted him, he said, just walk away, you fucking bitch.
This is Albertsons, by the way. And go to the customer service to be like, hey, this just happened. I was just disrespected in your store and called names like several times. And security guard went and talked to him, came back, and they all just kind of looked at us and was like, well, can't y'all just leave? Is this a standard for society?